Hello YouTube, welcome back to the Every Closet. My name is Stephanie and along with my trusty partner Ethan, we're two full-time resellers of used clothing, places like Poshmark and eBay. So I want to just get right into today's video, which is going to be 5 Poshmark features that actually are super useful and we use every single day in our business. So I wanted to go into what the features are that are offered on the Poshmark app that I believe contributes to our business running smoother or faster or getting more sales, things like that. So let's just jump in right away with the first one. And the first one is a feature that they came out with fairly recently, like sometime in the last year. And that is the My Shoppers feature. Now, there are about 20 different ways that you could use this. The main way that we use it, and if Ethan could pop up a little screen recording on the screen, when you navigate to My Shoppers on the Poshmark app, so it's under My Seller Tools, and then you hit My Shoppers, which is at the very top, then it shows you your shoppers, and your shoppers are anyone who has ever liked anything in your closet, anyone who's ever made a bundle in your closet, or who has ever bought something from your closet. So your past buyers, your likers, and your bundlers. Past buyers obviously are quite serious shoppers. Bundlers are also more serious shoppers. Likers could be any level of shoppers. Maybe they want to buy, maybe they don't. I don't figure it matters when I'm using My Shoppers. So once you have a shopper selected or multiple shoppers selected, you can choose one of 3 actions, which is add likes to bundle. We never use add likes to bundle, and that is just because we add people's likes to their bundles every single time they like something. That's just always worked best for our business, so that's how we've been doing things. We add their like to a bundle, send them a message right away, one that we kind of have on a keyboard shortcuts, send them an offer right away. That is how we deal with every single liker if we catch them in a reasonable amount of time. So we don't use the feature on My Shoppers. Then there's send offer to bundle. This is a lot like the bulk send offers to likers feature, except it just sends offers to people who bundled things. So you can send them an offer. If you send offers to liker, it just sends on one item, right? But if you send offers to a bundle, then it will discount the whole bundle, which is obviously a lot more enticing if you're the buyer and you've liked 3 things in the closet. You don't want 3 separate offers on those items. You want an offer for the bundle of the entire items. So that can be a much more direct way to send bulk offers to likers. It's just instead it's bulk offers to bundles. And the one that we use a lot, and the one that I think is the most useful, the clutch part of this feature, is send comment to bundle. So sending a comment to bundle in this way means you can type out a single message and send it out to everyone who's ever even interacted with your closet in some sort of buying-ish way. I use this to tell people if I'm having a sale, and in an upcoming video of the June week 1 what sold, you'll be hearing how I use this to kind of kickstart my closet back into motion because it was pretty dead. And so I sent everyone a bundle message saying I'm having this sale, and I got a lot of responses from that. So then it kind of kickstarted our sales again, which thank gosh, because it's been a really long time that they've been pretty slow. That is how I would use this. So you click send comment to bundle, and then you type out your comment. Make sure it's generic and you can send it to every single person, whether they've liked one thing or multiple things or bought from you or whatever. And just say something like, hey, I'm doing this discount for now. It's lasts this amount of time, whatever you're doing. And then it just gets people a notification that brings them back into your closet, that makes it more likely for them to shop with you. I would say caution using this. Don't send those out every week. Don't send those out even very often at all. You will annoy people and they will maybe block you. So make sure if you're sending these messages out, you're noting who you sent them to, or you're sending it to a large group of people, but then only doing it once a month at most, I would say. But this can be a really, really useful feature if you do want to host a sale. Or if you, honestly, most of the sales in our closets are, how do I put this, inauthentic? We're always having a sale. And if someone sends us an offer where we don't lose money or where we gain at least most of what we thought we'd get for that item, we're going to take those offers, any time of the year, any day, because, yeah. But sending people a sale message does let people know, hey, if you're going to be audacious, now's the time to do it. And it makes them feel a lot more like, oh, okay, I can send offers. And yeah, so that is what I use my shoppers for. You can also sort it by most recent, most likes, or most items in bundle. You can filter it to likers, bundlers, or past buyers. And it's just a really great way to be able to do bulk actions with people who've interacted with your closet before. I mainly use it for that adding a comment to bundle feature, because that is such an efficient way to give everyone a notification from your closet saying, hey, buy things. The second feature that we use all the time on Poshmark is actually straight from the feed page. So if Ethan could put it up here, on the feed page, we have shop recommended trends. Sometimes it's called today's trends. It should be fairly close to the top, and it'll say things like, right now I'm looking at it, it says second skin long sleeve top, cargo joggers, quilted padded shoulder bags, periwinkle short sleeve blouses. That's been in there for like 2 months. New tags designer belts, teddy jackets and coats, oversized quilted cloud jackets and coats, jackamoose sweaters. So sometimes it'll be a specific brand, sometimes it'll be a specific color and style, whatever it is. You just want to be using this for a few reasons. The main way I use it in our closet is if I see something is on that shop recommended trends, and I know we have something in our closet that would somewhat fit that trend, if only I adjusted the keywords in my title or the keywords in my listing a little bit. So this second skin long sleeve tops, I don't know how they're determining exactly what counts as second skin long sleeve t-shirt versus long sleeve t-shirts that are there. So for example, if I go into second skin long sleeve tops, I'm scrolling through and it's a lot of long sleeve t-shirts. So I would go to our long sleeve t-shirts in our closet and I would add in the keyword second skin to any that I feel fit that. So any like tight, essentially not loose, not just a second skin, like what even is the word? Form-fitting long sleeve t-shirt. I would add the keyword second skin, hoping that would put it in this category. And then I would share those items, because that way, if anyone's shopping this trend, my item is going to show up on this list that they have gathered of second skin long sleeve tops. And if I share it, it's sorted by just shared in this thing. So then I share it, it goes up to the top. It's more likely to be seen by people because everyone on Poshmark, it has access to these today's trends things. So that is one way I use it. Another way to use it is pre-sourcing, to just tell you what's trending. And now I don't want you to if it says cargo joggers are trending, I don't want you to go to the thrift store and buy every pair of cargo joggers. I just want you to know okay, these are trending styles. If there's enough other factors going for this item, and it also happens to fit one of these today's trends, I'm more likely to pick it up. It's just one thing that makes it more likely for you to pick it up. Like the color periwinkle has been in and out of these today's trends for months now. And so if I come across something and I'm on the fence, but it's periwinkle, I'm more likely to pick it up, honestly. So that's how I use today's trends, both for sourcing and post listing. I look at what these categories are. Do I have things that could fit it? Great. I change their keywords to match, and then I share them so that they're at the top. And then I share them more frequently that day, or however long that today's trend lasts. The third Posh feature that is super helpful and we use on every single listing without fail is actually at the bottom of every single listing. Now this is the hidden details section. So if you hit edit in your listings and you scroll down to the bottom, it says additional details private. So these details include your listing SKU. SKU, what does that stand for? One sec. Stock keeping unit. SKU stands for stock keeping unit. I did not know that. Essentially, it means inventory number. So obviously, we put our inventory number from our inventory system. If you want to know about our inventory system, it's the same as it's been since we posted our video about it. So even if you could put up our inventory system video, that would be fantastic. But yeah, this is where we put the SKU. We put it in every single listing. And when you put it, just to go with our specific inventory system, if you list from Poshmark, you add an SKU and then you cross-list it to eBay or you cross-list it to a different Poshmark, Prime Lister will keep these additional hidden private details, in your listing data. So they will transfer them from Posh to Posh, from Posh to eBay. Whatever cross listing you're doing, PrimeLister takes these details. And so I only have to put it in once, and then it will show on PrimeLister. It will show on the other closet that I've cross listed to, and it will be in our inventory system digitally a few times, and obviously in the bins. So we use that on every single listing always. Then cost price. We use the cost price if I remember the cost price. And I actually usually do. If something's consignment, I'll leave this blank. If it is consignment as well, I'll use the other info section. That's what I use the other info section for. I will put the name of the consignment client. A lot of people asked, how do you know something is consignment when you're like keeping track in your inventory? This is how. We have a few ways, and I'll talk about that in our consignment Q&A video, but this is one of the ways, and it is an absolute mandatory way as far as I'm concerned. So if something is consignment, I put the name of the consignment client in the other info section, and that way it tracks to PrimeLister, it tracks to wherever we cross-list it, and I'll always have a way to identify, okay, that's consignment. And then the cost price, yeah, I will put in the cost price. I think that them including this cost price is so useful. A lot of people track their cost price in spreadsheets. We don't do that. That is mostly because they came out with Closet Insights, which I'll talk about next. The cost price is something that is such a nice bonus to have. I put it in there whenever I remember when I'm listing something, how much it costs. Honestly, I most of the time do, or if I don't, then I have a ballpark. Sometimes I go through, like, if we do a consignment haul, I'll go through the receipts and put what we paid for every single item in there. It's really useful to know. That way, when someone sends you an offer, you can be like, hey, am I making money on this? How much? Like, what kind of return was I looking for? What kind of return am I getting? That way, you feel a little bit better when you're accepting lower offers. You're like, okay, well, I paid $7 for this. So if they're offering me $26, that's not a bad flip. And then you can move on and you've made a sale. That's what I use this for. But I will say, like, you don't actually really ever have to track your cost price. What you do have to track is your bookkeeping, right? And what you spend on your business versus what your business makes. And we do that on a monthly basis, and then on an annual basis. And you guys know that we do it with like spreadsheets and stuff. I don't know, Ethan does it. What I'm saying is, you don't actually need to track your cost price if you don't want to, because importantly, what you paid for something that you've listed in your closet has absolutely nothing to do with what other people will pay you for it. So we've gotten a lot of items for free. And that doesn't mean I listed them for $10 or $20 when they're worth $100. I listed them for $100. You getting things for free doesn't mean that you should list them for only like $30, $40 at max. No, you should list an item for what it's worth. And that's going to be true. Like if you got it at the bins, you could get Valentino at the bins, or you could get the Gap at the bins, you know? Like list an item based on what you think the item is worth, and then maybe go a little bit up so you can have room for offers, which is what we always do. But what you paid for it has nothing to do with it. Sometimes, like just because the thrift store marks something up to $70 does not mean you can sell it for over $70. Doesn't even mean you can get $70, period. Like I've seen them mark up some stuff way up there in that $70 range, whose comps, and then their comps on Poshmark are around 50. So no, what you're paying for something does not equal what you can sell it for, and I need you to know that. But I do like having the cost price in this little secret section because it gives me some peace of mind knowing like, all right, what did I pay for that? Yeah, I paid this. Okay, that was fine. So like if you're listing things really close to when you paid for it, which I do not do, then you could probably remember what you paid for it, or you still have the receipt or something like that. We keep all our receipts. So put that number in there. And then when you're evaluating, okay, should I accept this offer? Go and look at what you paid for it. Oh, I paid this. Okay, I'm going to take that offer. Basically, just it gives me another reason to accept offers, even if I think they're lower than what I could get. Because yes, you can wait for what you could get, but it's more important to keep things moving through your closet, which is a very hard lesson that I'm still very much learning. Anyway, I digress from that. That entire additional detail section is a fantastic feature. I use every part of it, and I use it on every listing. So 10 out of 10 feature. I adore it. And like I couldn't run my business without it. The fourth feature that is fantastic is My Closet Insights. I love Closet Insights. I love data and charts and things like this. You can use My Closet Insights in all sorts of different ways, right? So you go to My Seller Tools, you go to My Closet Insights, and it gives you a daily breakdown of what you've sold that day versus your net earnings, your number of listings sold, number of orders. Fantastic. Then your brand insights. I don't find this as useful, especially on a monthly basis, maybe on like a annual basis, but you can change it from current month, current day, current week, current year, 12 months, or all time. So the brand insights are a little fascinating all time. I mean, I believe if you're Canadian, this might be true for all of us. Lululemon just far outperforms every other brand times a lot. The next closest is Valentino and then Coach, but Lululemon's way higher than those. You have your sales insights, who you're selling to. I never look at that. I also never order insights like offer, buy now, bundle offer, but I don't care. As long as there's buying, who cares? And then what I do use this for all the time is my inventory. So it says inventory, new listings put up. I do this to track how many listings I've put up. I used to literally write it down on a piece of paper. I hated that. I'm so happy they came out with this, and now it can just tell me after the fact. Do note though that if you relist things that day, it will count those. So usually when we relist like 50 to 100 things at once. And therefore, if I see a big spike in this and it says 50 or more things, I know that wasn't me listing that day. I don't list more than 50 things in a day. I just can't do it. So I'm just hoping to hit around that 20 listing mark every day, and then I'll ignore for the new listings added to closet that month, the giant leaps. But I think the most useful thing you can do with My Closet Insights, and I want you all to go do this right now, is compare your 12, so sort your sales by 12 months and compare those graphs to the listings down below. Also put it to 12 months. Compare it to the new listings. Because if you look on mine, and maybe Ethan can put these screenshots up, just a screenshot of our 12 months of listings and then our 12 months of sales, they almost exactly line up. The number of listings with the number of like dollars sold, net earnings. And that was a huge kick in my gut. When I found that out, I was like, okay. So I always talk about it. I always knew getting more listings out was important, but for it to correlate so exactly like that, I guess, especially in the way we run our business with our business model of like lower end and higher end items, it's really important to be listing. So that was one thing we use it for. I also think My Closet Insights, and this is a controversial opinion, but it is one that I hold, removes the need for a spreadsheet, an Excel spreadsheet that is external to whatever reselling platform you use. I especially think you don't need one of those if you sell on eBay, and if that's your main selling platform, they have really good data, so I don't think you need to go make your own. But now that Poshmark also has data, we were like a year ago, we were like, okay, and soon we're gonna make our Excel spreadsheet that goes through all of our things. And we just kept putting it off until we were at one point where I was like, is it just me, or is our business running well without this? And this would literally take us a month to set up and then hours and hours per week to maintain. I was like, yeah, let's just not do this. So I know that data is important, and knowing what's working for your business is great, but I also know that that is a lot of work to add on to your business. And if you're doing volume sales like we try to do, like we failed lately, but in general try to do, that's a lot of things you're going to be tracking. That's a ton of extra work for you every week, and you could just, like, it's optional. You could not. So because My Closet Insights now exists, we decided we're not going to do that, and we've kept with that, and it hasn't, I don't think, hurt us horribly, but I guess we wouldn't know because we can't compare. But yeah, My Closet Insights is a fantastic resource, and mainly I use it to be like, hey, am I listed enough? get on it. Now, number 5, I'm cheating. Number 5 is a bunch of different features, but I just want you to know these exist. These came out semi-recently. I don't know if everyone out there who would be watching this, maybe you're new to Poshmark, maybe you didn't know about the update, maybe whatever. So I want you to know that these features exist. That's what I'm calling number 5, is features that you should just really know exist, and they are useful. Number 1, and this is my favorite, is a recent addition. Poshmark put it so you can search your own closet. So here is our closet, and right there, next to the filter button and the sort button, is a little search. And you can type in words and it will search based on your titles, based on anything. Like, I think based on your titles or description, you can search your own closet now, which is freaking amazing for things that aren't branded, or maybe you have trillion Lululemon things, so you want to look up your speed tight and you want to get to that quicker than just looking up Lululemon. Yeah, that is very true in our closet, but just being able to search whatsoever is fantastic. Maybe you have a sunflower print top, whatever. If you're looking for a listing in your closet, use that search now. Don't like try and finagle by sorting by women's tops and then color. That's what we used to have to do, and it was sucky. So just want everyone to know this exists now. You can search within your own closet, and you should, because it's freaking awesome. The next thing I want you to know came out just in case you're still manually, individually sharing things. I don't know why you would be, but are all of the bulk sharing, bulk edit listing price, all those offers. So you can bulk share to followers, bulk share to Posh Party. So probably everyone knows about share to followers, but I hope you also know that you can, it will say like right now there's a petite Posh Party happening. So if I click it, and then it just brings up all the things that are relevant for that party. And then you just click them and it shares them all. That is fantastic. That is still the quickest way to do that. I don't even know what we used to do. Not pay attention to the parties, pretty much. But now that they have it so easy to share the relevant items to party, I bother doing it now because it takes me a minute. Because if I go in there and I'll select all of these, I mean, how many things could really go to the petite part? That was 20 listings. That's how long it took me. Literally, don't cut that, Ethan. That's how long that took me. And now it's sharing. Like, that was so easy. You can also individually click things and share to followers. That is one way to share. The next bulk feature I use is make offer to likers. I do this once every 2, maybe 3 weeks. I'll send out 20% off offers, then 30% off, and then 40% off. And then I'll make sure I relist, put them back up, and try again. That's kind of our pricing strategy with our listings. We don't use many closet clear out dropping prices anymore. We send those offers. I think they're more direct. They result in more sales anyway than lowering prices. And so, yeah, we'll send off 20% off, and then a week later send off 30% off, and then a week later send off 40% off, and then it'll be about time to relist that item. We'll put it back to its original price, or we'll keep it at the price that it was at and just start again with new likers and just do that until someone decides to buy it. Is pretty much our main strategy. And then edit listing price. This is fantastic. I do this manually on Closet Clearout if it's been a while and I actually think that some things could stand to be lowered. We always list really high, right? So there are times when we do a bulk like 10% drop in basically the entire closet or whatever items I'm feeling that way about. It's very nebulous and I could not explain to you our methods if I tried. But then I also use it to bulk increase. So if I have decreased things but then I'm about to relist, I'll go and I'll bulk increase the price of all the things I'm about to relist back up to where I originally listed them for. If comps have changed, don't do that. You know, if you can no longer get away with those prices, don't do that. In general, I've noticed that you just have to wait until it's that thing's day to sell, essentially. So the more things you have, the better it is that it'll be that thing's day to sell. And the better things you have is also ups the chance it'll be that thing's day to sell. But like, I don't often mess with the pricing that I think will work. I always accept offers. I send off pretty good offers to likers, and sometimes I lower it, but then I'll put it back up when I'm relisting, unless it's like the 8th time you're relisting. Then you really need to think about lowering that price because that item is just not selling for what you thought it would. And that happens a lot, and that is something that we all need to deal with. But yes, there you have it. Those are a bunch of Poshmark features that I want you all to know about, and 4 especially that we use all the time in our business. We love Posh for all of these features. I am so happy we can search our closet now. I'm so clappy. I'm so happy we have data now. The My Shoppers is a game changer for letting people know that your closet's accepting offers or having a sale as we have them. And yeah, today's trends is also something to exploit in terms of making your listings fit it and then getting them on that list so more people can see those listings, and also to see what's maybe trending and source it. So that was 5 very useful Poshmark features. I hope you found that informative, or at the very least entertaining, because I know that I was tripping over my words like a crazy person today. So if you like our content, please hit subscribe down below. And if you want to join us on our journey, then also subscribe. I don't know. I can't talk today. We're going to cut it there. Just make it stop. Give me some.